This episode kicks off with an absolutely insane dunk, or more precisely, an incredible lob leading up to it. To pull off this combo, you need to press a ton of buttons, but he does it so effortlessly, as if he's practiced this move a million times. It's something you'd hardly ever see at a dunk contest, so I suggest enjoying this masterpiece right here. Dunks with this kind of volleyball-style lob where the ball doesn't even touch the ground are incredibly hard to execute, but at the same time, incredibly spectacular. It seems like he's maxed out his character's stats. This video is a direct throwback to NBA Live 2008, where the developers allowed us to pull off these kinds of tricks during the dunk contest. And now we're seeing it happen in real life. He pulled off 2 new dunks in a single FIBA 3x3 contest, which became a true sensation. My main rival in Europe right now, Grabo, decided to show all his cards at the contest in Mongolia. He headed there right after our intense showdown in Germany, and as he admitted, due to the long flight, he wasn't able to get proper rest. Additionally, the drastic change in time zones created extra challenges, so Grabo had to start dunking on the very same day he landed in Ulaanbaatar. Despite all these circumstances, he got a great opportunity to attempt something extremely difficult and new, taking advantage of a few mistakes made by his competitors. Thanks to this, Grabo was able to perform without extra pressure and with ease nailed those dunks on his first try, showcasing his mastery. Grabo had already perfected all these dunks a few weeks before the contest during our joint training session. The first scorpion under the leg in a contest was done by Den Gross at Dunk League. The scorpion behind the back was claimed by the legendary Jordan Kilganon. However, Grabo decided to raise the bar even higher and surprise everyone by performing the J-Rich Scorpion and the Scorpion behind the back with a lob. These dunks were performed for the first time in the history of such competitions, and these are exactly the kinds of moments we want to see at contests. Now, there's only one question left. Which of these dunks did you like more? Was it the J-Rich Scorpion, which left the audience breathless, or the Scorpion behind the back, which became the real highlight of the contest? He is already 38 years old, and you will be amazed by his latest dunk. It looks almost unfairly easy, especially considering the level of difficulty of this dunk. Chen is one of the best dunkers in China and has showcased his skills multiple times at international competitions. It's worth noting that he not only excels at jumping off both feet but also off one foot, which is quite a rare skill among dunkers of his level. In this competition, he was able to demonstrate what he is capable of, even after a serious knee injury he sustained last year. His recovery journey was not easy, but that did not stop him from returning to the court with new strength. Chen has become a true master of jumping over people, like almost all dunkers from China, which is one of the most spectacular parts of his performances. However, he often received lower scores for this. Nevertheless, his jumps always look incredibly beautiful and stylish, captivating the audience. His training is particularly impressive, and there seems to be nothing impossible for him, dunking a double up from practically the free throw line. For Chen, that's a regular occurrence. His skills and technique are so refined that it seems he can make any dunk he desires, but mostly over people, which is technically much easier. The only dunk he was unable to complete that evening was the famous J-Rich, which requires jumping over 3 people. But what he did in the finals is still a topic of discussion in basketball circles. Imagine this: before us stands a record long line of 7 people that Chen is about to jump over. And what does he plan to do? Execute a dunk under his leg over 7 people at the age of 38 on his first attempt. How would you rate this dunk from 0 to 10? It's a true masterclass in the world of dunks. Jordan Kilganon is jumping higher than ever before in his life. At 32 years old, the Canadian has reached his peak not only in running jumps, but has also set his personal best in standing jumps. We'll discuss that a bit later. Despite some minor injuries, Kilganon demonstrated an incredible level of skill at the annual dunk camp, where dunkers from all over America and beyond come together. Just look at how easily he reaches the mark of 12 feet. Of course, this doesn't compare to Anthony Hayes' flight at Venice Beach a few years ago, but it's still very impressive. Remember, the top of the basketball hoop is at a height of 13 feet, which Doug Thomas reached in 2014. Jordan has become so bored with regular dunks that they even set up a second hoop to surprise him a little. No one has ever done that at a dunk show. After countless varieties of dunks, he still had the energy left to set his personal record in standing jumps. Here's what happened. His first test jump surprised even him. The device from his lab showed a height of 44.3 inches, and he was in the air for a whole 0.95 seconds. During the second jump, Kilganon surpassed himself, leaping to 45.7 inches and staying in the air for 0.97 seconds. 2/100ths longer than his previous jump. But don't rush to turn off the video, there's still another jump that broke all his records. The mark of 46.5 inches became his maximum that day. Write your vertical jump measurement in the comments, it will be interesting to read. He nearly ripped the rim off with that dunk. This happened over the weekend at the recent dunk contest in Lausanne. The lineup promised a real battle, but what we witnessed shocked many, and the impressions from this spectacle are still fresh. It was hard to predict who would make it to the finals, Lipek, Grabo or Doug Anderson. By the way, Joel Henry was supposed to compete instead of Doug, but something didn't work out. Just before leaving, Lipek and I practiced together several times, so he headed to Lausanne fully charged. It was in this city that I competed 3 times, returning victorious each time. Last year, I dunked over a person using both feet for the first time on this court. This year's battle was no less impressive. Doug kept everyone on edge throughout the contest with his powerful dunks, the sounds of which seemed to echo even in nearby neighborhoods. His performance combined everything: incredibly high jump style and incredibly powerful slams that are hard to get used to. But the judges thought otherwise. I first competed against him back in 2017 at the FIBA H3 World Tour Finals, and even then he was a true dunking machine. Lipek started the contest confidently, executing a 360 between legs on his first try, but then his performance declined. Out of 3 dunks, he only made 2 and couldn't advance to the finals. Grabo also faced issues. His dunks didn't always succeed on the first attempt, and he sometimes had to change his dunk plan. However, due to Lipek's unsuccessful performance, Grabo made it to the finals alongside Doug. In a crucial moment, Doug executed such a powerful dunk that he nearly sent the assistant to the hospital. After his under-the-legs dunk, Grabo decided to take a risk and go for a double-up off the elbow, but the attempt failed, giving Doug a significant advantage. In his final attempt, he put an exclamation point on the contest, leaving no doubt about the winner.